What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. We got some huge news about the Fantastic Four, and for once it doesn't have anything to do with the cast. Okay, maybe it does, and a little bit, but we'll talk about that in a second. However, it broke yesterday and from trusted sources that apparently the Fantastic Four is being rewritten, and what I would call in the 11th hour before they start shooting in just a couple of months. We're going to break down the exact report, what they said about the film, the state of the film, what's happened with previous writers, which to me is absolutely nuts, and whether or not this is a good thing, because contrary to popular belief, and even though headlines like this sound overwhelmingly negative, I actually think that this is a positive thing. I am happy to see it, and I'm going to explain why. We're breaking down the latest Fantastic Four report that Marvel Studios is rewriting the Fantastic Four, and for the third time. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner. Again, all you got to do is be a sub, leave a comment. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so today's update comes from none other than Daniel RPK. Yes, I promise there are other Marvel scoopsters in the game. It's just that he's been so ubiquitous as of late, and as I've made sure to mention in my last couple of videos, absolutely accurate to the point where big Hollywood trades are now re-reporting on him. This is what he broke late yesterday about the state of Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four. Quote, "The script for Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four is being rewritten yet again. New writers were brought in to do the rewrites, and the script will be completed in a month or two." Okay, so there are actually three really important pieces of information in here. Let me explain. The first of which, when he says rewritten yet again, that's because this is not the first rewrite on the Fantastic Four. First, it was announced that Jeff Kaplan and Ian Springer were brought in to write the Fantastic Four script for Marvel Studios. And as I mentioned during the prologue, when this was announced, I thought it was absolutely nuts. Why, you ask? Well, because Jeff Kaplan and Ian Springer had zero in the way of published Hollywood scripts. That's right, if you went to their IMDb when this was announced, they had some stuff in the works, but had never written a published movie. So while I thought that was crazy at the time, you have to imagine that perhaps Marvel Studios was just quote-unquote trying something, and it was never their intention to actually go with that draft unless they hit a home run, which, you know, hey, you need to give new talent an opportunity to do things sometimes. I'm not against that. I just didn't think the Fantastic Four movie is something that should be given to two writers who have never actually done a movie. Then we fast forward to March 31st of 2023, which at this point is almost a year away, when the Hollywood Reporter broke the report that Fantastic Four movie gets new writer with Avatar 2 scribe Josh Friedman exclusive, where they went on to report that Josh Friedman, the guy who worked on Avatar Way of the Water and developed Snowpiercer as a TNT television series, had been tapped to write the script for Marvel's Fantastic Four, and that was the last we had heard. Well, the last we had heard of Marvel changing writers, but there was other script news, as it was originally reported when Adam Driver apparently turned down the role of Reed Richards that one of the key reasons was he failed to connect with the script. Now, there might be other things going on there with his opinion of working for Disney again, what happened with Star Wars, it's impossible to tell, and I actually think Adam Driver is an amazing actor, but I did not see him as Reed Richards anyway, so no love lost, but we still heard that perhaps the script had some problems, and just from that point of view. Well, now it's being reported that for the third time, Marvel Studios is bringing in new writers, and as of the time of doing this video, I was unable to locate any information on who these writers could be. I'm guessing it won't stay under wraps and for long, but notice he uses the specific words rewritten, and that tells me that they're actually doing this from scratch. It's not just bringing in a writer to work on the current version of the script, even though they may keep some of the key elements. And because we've heard so many plot rumors and updates about what this film was intended to do, you could imagine that rewrites could now just be tailored to who's been finally cast. So I think there's a lot of reasons ancillary to what we're going to talk about in a second is why this is an absolute home run and a very positive thing for Marvel Studios that could have them wanting to do rewrites outside of the fact that they may just not have been happy with the current state of the script, and the fact that it's being done in the next couple of months, at least according to this report, is extremely important, because otherwise Marvel Studios may find themselves in a bit of a precarious position, because they'll be filming on this now reportedly in July and August. They want to get the script done and well before they actually send it to filming. Not that they won't be on set and doing the rewrites that they do anyway, but a month or two also hints to the fact that they may actually have those new writers hired, not looking for them right now to do the script. We'll wait for that update. Now, the reason I mentioned during the prologue that this is an overwhelming positive, that this is what you want to see from Marvel Studios, is the same reason I have not been down on them for rewriting Blade now and for the fifth time. Look, Marvel Studios has to do a lot of work to repair their brand, and you can't fix some of this stuff in post-production. no amount of editing, no amount of CGI will fix a movie that's not good from the beginning. A movie starts with the writing. And as I've said, the writing for me has been some of the biggest letdown. Yeah, I think it was a huge mistake to take a property or brand like Secret Invasion, a title that Marvel fans know very well from the comics and publications as an event, and then just slap it as the title on the front of whatever that Nick Fury TV show is supposed to be. But I'm not nearly as mad about that as I am about the fact that the writing on that show absolutely sucked. The dialogue was completely meaningless, the show went nowhere, and basically it was a big fat waste of time, which a lot of the gripe outside of the stuff that I think is unfair has been fairly pinned on their writing and their lack of focus, their lack of direction, the fact that these projects all feel so sterile, and by the end of them, Marvel normally finds a way to completely undo the consequences that were set up during the film. And this started at the beginning of Phase 4 when at the end of WandaVision, all of a sudden the Hex was gone and she walked away completely scot-free, or some of the more recent projects like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, where for a year and a half we thought we were finally going to meet the actual Kang, Kang the Conqueror, Kang Prime, the one that we would see in Avengers Secret Wars, only to have them kill him at the end of the film. And so if you add that event to He Who Remains being killed at the end of Loki Season 1, basically the big bad for your next saga has already died twice on screen, and then your way of solving this was to just give us infinite variants, which I really think ended up having the opposite effect of what Marvel Studios intended, because we had just watched him die in Ant-Man, we've also seen him defeated at the end of Loki Season 1, and now you're just going to show us infinite versions. It's not that ominous when we know how easy it is to defeat him. And so while these may be specific topics for a different video, maybe one we've already done once or twice at the channel, what's more important is that they actually have a concise story so that at the end of individual projects, you can leave things on cliffhangers, you can have things have consequences that all serve the overarching story. And as I've said, I'm not really sure how much Marvel Studios had a plan for that until this real recent locking in of Michael Waldron, not only on Avengers Secret Wars, but on Avengers 5 as well. One mind, one voice, so to speak, getting the story complete, and now making all of the other projects lead up to it. And so while during the earlier part of this video, I mentioned a lot of reasons that would have made sense for a full rewrite outside of maybe the script just being bad, you know, tailoring the dialogue more toward the actors that you've got now, the real truth is that there is absolutely no shot of them reaching an Avengers Secret Wars that has anywhere near the care and consequence that Avengers Endgame did, unless they start making all of these stories serve that one story and through line, which they haven't done yet. And that's why I ultimately think rewrites in order to get there are a good thing. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, we're still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel, and we're going to continue to do so until they switch to the PlayStation 5 Pro or the PlayStation 6 at this rate, who knows. In the meantime, we're going to do it for every major Marvel drop like X-Men 97, Agatha Coven of Chaos, etc. If you want to be entered to win or for any future giveaways, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And of course, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name is Michael Roman. Find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFirst. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name AllFires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.